Well, hello YouTube. Welcome back to Dory's Kitchen. I hope everyone is doing well. I do want to welcome aboard some new subscribers. I want to also welcome back to my current subscribers. Thank you all so very much for all your heartfelt words, your kindness, everything that you share, and your continued support to my channel. Tonight, just to let you know, I'm not editing. I worked 9 to 5 today on my part-time job. Place I worked at was extremely busy for a Saturday. It is Saturday night. It is late. It's about 8:30 at night. I got home. I had some dinner. I sat down for a little while. I started watching this really good mystery. I love a good mystery on a movie of Lifetime. And then halfway through the movie, they spoil it and they share. It was about a child getting, a lady was having visions of a child getting abducted. And I'm intrigued in the movie when the mystery is still a mystery. But halfway through the movie, they spoil it. But anyway, I shut it off and then I came in my kitchen because I got to get a cookie order done. My neighbor has a little boy having a birthday who's really big into Minecraft. So I am going to do 1 dozen sugar cookies. I cut them into square shapes, about that big. And we are going to do a Minecraft theme. I went on Pinterest and I just look at different pictures. And I printed one for my inspiration. And I'm going to get pretty close. The little boy is not 7, I don't believe. But I will hold this up close. This is my inspiration. So I just printed a picture. So I'm going to put this in front of me, while I do my cookies. So anyway, what I ended up doing, I will hold up a cookie. Here are my squares. And what I ended up doing is when I rolled my dough, I used a pizza cutter. I have a small one just strictly for cookie dough. I don't use it for anything else, but it's a smaller one. So I can do different shapes, like a square or a triangle or something like that. So these are the square shapes. I have 1 dozen. And we are going to do them in royal icing. And again, I'm not very experienced with royal icing. But we are going to try to wing it. I think the designs are pretty simple for me. I'll be able to pull it off, I hope. So we're going to get going. I'm going to bring you closer to the table. And we're going to bring this camera down. I'm going to have you on my left-hand side. And I'm going to get situated here. And I hope everybody's doing good. God bless you all. And thank you again for all your support. Okay. All right. Now, the colors that I've got next to me, I've got like a peach color. I took a tiny bit of pink and a tiny bit of orange. I used like a toothpick just to get that real light color. That's for flesh tone. And then I have white. Here's my white. And I've got like a pretty blue. This should be kind of like a darker sky blue is what this is. This isn't a royal blue color, but I'm just going to take my scissors and cut just a little hole in there. Okay, and then I've got red. I have red. And I've got green. I have my green here. It's pretty dark. I'm going to cut a hole into that one. And I've got black. And I've got a darker brown. So those are my colors. All right. We'll cut a hole into this dark brown. Okay. Most of these cookies, or the icing, is going to be in a thicker, kind of like a thicker design, or thicker frosting, so I don't really have like a real thin or real thick, so it's just like the same consistency. I'm going to try to get you in as close as I can. I'm going to bring this down, if I could get this to go down just a little bit more. I think I can. And yeah, that's going to work pretty good, I think. Drop it down as much as I can there. Okay, all right. So the first one I'm going to do is the Grim Reaper, and we're going to do an outer edge in green. And I don't know if I cut this, didn't cut it wide enough yet, so I'm going to just do a little bit more of a cut. And let's see if that's going to come out here. I think it's gonna. There we go. Yeah. So I'm going to fill this in here. And I don't have what they call that, a scribe tool. I have a cake tester. So while this is still wet, because it will dry pretty fast, and bear with me because it is dark and I do have shadows. So I'm going to try to get this pretty well done here. I'm going to take this tool and I'm just going to smooth this in like this. So we're just going to get this green. There, get that green filled in. And then we're going to do one more. I think I should move this over just to make sure you can see. Oh yeah, you can see. We'll get it over closer though. Just going to zigzag it here. Get this filled in pretty good. I'm not very good at this royal icing technique stuff, but let's see what I can do here. I want to get the base of the cookies all iced up first. Like the bottom part of it. So it dries a little bit on each one before I build up the second layer. Okay. That's pretty good. Okay, I'm just wiping off my cake tester tool. All right, now I want to do, we'll put these green up here. Move them up here so they can dry. And then we're going to do some pink. So we're going to do two pink. We'll do this one, and we'll do this one. Which is pretty much this here flesh color. So these are actually going to be pigs. Like a pig face. So I don't have my circle light on. I could turn that on because there's some shadows going here. I have my overhead light on above my table. All right. And we're going to come down here. Can tell that's thicker than the green. So I'm just going to hold that. Let's go this way. There we go. There we go. Put that one up there. I've got one more. Yeah, I'll probably, I can try to talk while I'm doing this. Oh, I have to tell you what I did with my youngest granddaughter the other day. Some of the schools around here, the kids are on a spring break, like a week off of school. And she spent the night with me, and we watched the movie Wicked. Got put on Peacock, like it's a streaming network. Wicked is a story about Glinda the Good Witch and the Wicked Witch of the West from The Wizard of Oz. And about way back when they were younger and they went to school together. And they actually were roommates and friends. So I haven't watched the whole movie yet. But we started watching it. We went outside, we fed my birds, and we, I'm trying to think what else we did. We got all the bubble making stuff out. We were making bubbles. She was having a blast. It was so much fun outside. And let's see what, we were talking to our neighbor, and I needed to get windshield wiper blades from my car, and we went to the auto parts store, and we got wiper blades put on my car. All right, this one's a little tricky here. We're going to do red on the top and white in the center. I'm just going to do an outline here and then come in. This is going to be for the TNT. So I'm just going to bring that in just a little bit more. Oh. So I'm going to put this white here. And we're going to build up red on the top and the bottom of that cookie. But before I do that, we're going to add some white onto this one. And I hope I made that wide enough. I'm thinking I did, but you never know. I want to write TNT on there. Maybe I'll go another. That should be good. Okay. Just like that. And red. Yeah, I had a little cold. Was it last week? Just a little head cold. I didn't get a fever or anything, but I did get congested a little bit. So I still have a little bit of a cough. This weather, it gets warm and then it gets cold. All right. Yeah, but my granddaughter and I, we had fun. We played some card games and we watched a couple movies, cartoons. And We ran some errands and, you know, stuff like that. It was just a busy full day for her. So she wasn't bored, which was good. So I'm trying to get this red on, but I don't want it to bleed into the white, so I'm hoping that this is going to work pretty good. I think it will. Look at that right there. Like that. And then we'll do this one. Yeah, I can get pretty quiet doing cookies, decorating. Go. Okay, I don't even think I need to do anything with that scribe tool. Maybe once it dries, and I'll go back and just do a line and outline or something. Okay, so I do have pink. Now that's peach. I need pink. That's a face. Let's go pink. I do have some pink. I have to, it's right behind me. I just didn't get it out. I need to get some pink over here. I hope this is going to be enough. I don't want to be making any more. I have a little bit of pink in a bag, but I'm just going to do 2 cookies. So the green ones are going to be the Grim Reaper. These are just going to be the boy that's in there with the brown hair. And then these are going to be TNT. These 2 here on the bottom here are going to be the pigs. And then I'm going to do like a couple extra with like a number on how old this little boy's going to be. I need to reach out to his mom because I don't think I asked her. We were just looking at cookie designs. All right, so we are going to, I have to find out how old this little boy's going to be. And that one's starting to run off. This one's a little bit thinner than what I want it to be. And let's see here. Where's my tool? It should be okay. Yeah, we'll get a paper towel and clean that up. I'll get some of this icing down here. You see that shadow in there. Yeah, I might turn that light on. I just might do that. Okay, and then this here cake tester tool. Move that frosting back and forth. This looks pretty good. Okay, here's those 2. And we'll take this paper towel. I'm going to pick up that pink that fell down. Glad I put wax paper on my table. All right, get that over there. All right, so we have 4 more left to do. So we're going to do some brown. Do a couple of them with the brown. This will have kind of like green hair up on top. And then we're going to do a black number. I have to reach out to that boy's mother, how old that boy is. And I believe he's going to be about 6. In the picture, it has a number 7. But I really don't want to put a number on it until I know 100% for sure how old this little boy is going to be. I actually just met the little boy a few days ago. Stopped by in my yard with his mom. And we talked for just a little bit. He told me he was having a birthday. And I wish I would have asked how old he was going to be. Alright, so let's go brown. Let's see if I need to trim this just a little bit more. I don't know yet. Yep, I do. Trim it just a little bit more. Alright, I think you can still see this. When we get all of these, the backs done, then I can go back, starting with the green ones, and start decorating the tops. Alright, let's see. There's one. And I believe we'll come back down here. Move that over. Look at that piece of sugar in there. That's better. Yeah, I don't know about the shadow stuff, but squeeze some of that over that way. And 2 more after this one. If you're still with me, thank you. I mean, I can get like lost in this stuff. Just get real quiet. I am pretty tired. Part of me wanted to not do this tonight, and I wanted to wake up early in the morning. But you know, when you're doing cookies with royal icing, they need to sit and dry before you can put them in a bag or, you know, package them individually or something. So I do have like little Ziploc bags. I'm just going to tuck them inside them. Okay, so now we're going to do one more green, and then one more of the little boy, I think I'm going to do. So let's put these over here. And then one more green one. Yeah, I'm going to get pretty quiet. Oh, I did go shopping. I did buy some Easter stuff for my kitchen table. I have tomorrow and Monday off. Now, Monday, I believe I'm going to have my granddaughter again, but help watch her while she's on spring break. Yeah, we'll do another peach one. Put that up there. But anyway, I did buy like a table runner, and I bought some placemats because I didn't have any like Easterish stuff, with all the pretty pastel colors. So I believe if I have time, either on Sunday or Monday, I'll just do a spring decor home tour. I would like to do outside as well as inside, all of it. Just take you for one complete tour of the inside and the outside of my home. And we'll see if weather's gonna be in our favor for that. It's been raining and snowing, and then it gets really windy, and then it gets sunny out, and then it goes back to rain. So I don't know what the weather's going to be doing next couple of days, but we will see what I can do. And I do have a birthday cake coming up in April. I think it was around the 11th of April I'm going to be doing for a little girl. And that I'll do on my channel as well. All right. Here's all the cookies iced up, which is good. All right, we got them all iced. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to go back to these two greens that I did first. And hopefully that's going to be dry enough, that I can do something here. So we're going to need black. And we'll see how this is looking. Oh, we got to cut that a little bit more. Just a little bit more there. Okay. We're going to do some squares. Oh, let's see here. I'm going to see if I can turn my light in my living room on brighter. Just a little bit brighter. One second here. That might help a little. I'll bring that over that way. That might help if we, let's see. That might help. It might. I don't know. It might. All right. Just move my lamp a little bit. I have three-way lamps in the living room. So I put it on the brightest one. Hopefully that helps. Okay. Now for the black. So we're just going to do black squares. There's one there. I can tell it's not really dry yet. But I'm going to do the best I can here. Okay, now we're going to have to connect that to here. Going to do another square this way. Okay. And go this way. Come down. Should turn it around. There we go. There's one of them. Not very good with it, but there's one. I think that looks like a... I'll put that up there. See if I can do that again. Okay. Just trying to do a square. I have to be really gentle because the green underneath isn't really dry. That over there. So I have to be real gentle on the top. Okay. Come down. Okay, go halfway this way, halfway that way. Come down this way. There's a dog barking outside. There. Okay. All right, there's that one. Okay, what was the next ones that we did? I think it was the peach. I'm not going to do that one right away, that other green one. Let's bring these two peach down. We'll try to do a little boy's face. This little boy's. So, I have to use brown for hair. All right, let's see if we can do this now. And go up. Okay. And go up and down here. Okay, I'm going to use my tool there just to try to get that filled in a little bit here. Okay, there's that. Clean that off. I have paper towels to the right of me, so I can wipe my cake tester tool off right away, because I don't want it to get really gunky, you know, or dried up on it, so I can use it for the next cookie. All right, we're going to do a little bit of white for eyes. So we're going to go here. A little bit of white there. A little bit of white there. And we're going to do some blue for the eyeball. So let's bring that over. Let's see if I can get that wiped off here. Might have to go bigger, I don't know, but... that. There's that, and then we need more of that flesh tone. Kind of for like a nose, I guess. And then some brown for the mouth. Okay. All right, there's that one. Gonna try to kind of keep them kind of looking like a square. Okay, there's that one. So put that one up there. And we'll do one more. I'm just checking to see how many minutes this video is going here. We're at 38. Okay, let's get you back down there a little bit. Get you closer to me. All right, and brown. This is for the hair again. And I think I'll just leave them on my baking rack, my cooling rack, so they dry overnight. All right, we're going to do some white for the eyes. Blue eyeball. Okay, peach for the nose. And a brown mouth. That one's just a little bit up higher. There we go. See if we need to straighten this one out. Oh, I think it went in okay. That's all right. Okay. All right. There's 4 done. We got 4. All right. I'll put that one up there. Okay, now for the red and the white. So let's take that red again. I just want to do an outline. Just bring that right across there. Just like that. Then we're going to write TNT. TNT. I hope this works. TNT. That doesn't look too bad. TNT. There. Those are done. That one was okay. All right. Now for, I think it's the pigs. We'll do these. And we are going to do black. Black square there. And a black square here. I think that's for the eyes. And we'll do that again over on this one. And there's a little black that went over there, but we're going to cover that up with white. Over there, I can take my tool. I wonder if I can grab it. Ooh, look at that. I grabbed it. Good. Yay! Okay. Here comes the white. How big of a... Okay, just a white square. There's the white. There we go. Now we got to do more peach. No, I think that's pink. But that, you know, I'm just going to do the peach. I'm going to put the peach, like a snout. I'm going to go peach on there. Because that's awful thin frosting. So we're going to do a snout. We're just going to do kind of like a rectangle. And we're going to do a rectangle over here. Okay. And I actually think I need to leave them dry because we have to put red on top of that for the snout. So I'm going to leave these two dry. Let them dry just a little bit more. I actually want to get this pink right there picked up. I'll put that back up there. All right, let's do this other green one. We'll do this other green one here. Black square. Okay, yeah, the reason I wanted to get these done tonight is because she's picking them up like at 10 o'clock in the morning. And if I would have got up to, early in the morning and get them done, they wouldn't have been dry enough. So, I am very tired, but I am doing this. There we go. Yeah, I worked last night and 8 hours today. There. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 completely done. Let's do this other tan one for the little boy, that boy's face. So we're going to do some brown hair again. Okay. All right, and then we're going to get some white. Do some blue eyes. I got to clean that off again. Thing with the royal icing, I'm learning every bag you got to wipe off the tip of the bag, just to keep that clean. Because if you get a different color on there and stuff, it'll get smudged. Just wait there. Right there. Put some blue in there for the eyeball. There we go. Our peach snout for our nose and our mouth. Clean that off again. Cool. Make that a little bit bigger there. All right, there's that one. And we've got the two brown ones here. I'll do these up just with the hair part. I'm not going to do the number on it. And then we'll go back and try to get the red on top of the pig face there. And then that'll be it, I think. I'll have to clean this up. Okay, so at least I'm getting a little bit of getting my hands a little bit more wet in this royal icing stuff. Just trying to do some hair. And then we'll go back with a number 5 or 6 or however old he is. I'll reach out to the little boy's mom. Okay. All right, then we're going to put a number here, but we'll wait until I talk to his mom. All right. And then, actually, what I'm going to do is put these up on my cooling rack. So those cool. And then once I get these done, I will take my camera out. And I can kind of show you what we did. Okay. All right, and then the pink. And I noticed too, I'll show you. I need red here. So right on top of this is just a little bit of a square here and a little bit of one here. But I do notice on this eye. So anyway, this one's done. This one's done. There's our pig face. So that'll go up here on the cooling rack. But this one, I don't know if you can tell, but there is some black that is mixed in with the white. Do you see that? So I'm just going to use my cake tester tool to try to lift that out. And then I will go back in with some white to fill that in. I don't like that. I want that to be all white. I don't know if I'm doing this right. Okay. There. That worked. Okay, that actually worked. And now that's white. Okay. All right. That's as far as I can go until I get the number for how old the little boy is. So what I'm going to do is I will bring these closer down here. And I will show you. Not bad for like a beginner on this, beginning on this royal icing technique stuff. I still don't know what I'm doing. All right. I'll take the phone out, or the phone out of the stand. Or maybe I can just bring this in, because we are pretty close, so just bear with me here. We are pretty close. All right, so there we go. So we have 3 of the Grim Reaper faces. And then this is where I'm going to put the little boy's age in these 2. And then here's the TNT, and the line on the red that I did, that is holding up all right. All right, and then we got 3 of the faces here and 2 of the pigs. That actually worked out pretty good. Okay. Anyway, so I'm going to raise you up and over this way so I can say goodbye. And let's see here. Oh, I'm doing the wrong one again. You know, this here stand you're on right now, I haven't had it for very long, just a couple of months. And there's so many different knobs on it. I'm just trying to learn it as I go. But anyway. Thank you again for, if you're still with me. I hope you enjoyed that. Yeah, so Minecraft cookies, kind of cool. But I will take a final picture of them all once I talk to my neighbor and get the age of her little boy. I don't want to be putting or guessing. I just want to make sure. So, but anyway, I will be doing another video very soon. I'll give you a tour of my home for spring and Easter decor and stuff like that. A complete tour of everything that I've done. And hopefully we can do the inside and the outside. That's my goal. Okay? So anyway, you have a wonderful night. Again, thank you for sticking it out if you've made it this far, but I am tired. So I'm going to clean up and go get some sleep because I got to get up early in the morning. All right? And package cookies. Take care, everybody. Okay? God bless you all. Bye-bye.